I want to announce some upcoming tour dates. I'll be coming to see you with the Return of the Rat Tour. October 12th in Wichita, Kansas at the Orpheum. October 13th, Omaha, Nebraska at the Holland Performing Arts Center. And October 14th, Denver, Colorado at the Paramount Theater. All tickets go on sale this Wednesday, August 10th at 10 a.m. local time with the pre-sale code RATKING. And then Friday, August 12th, they will be on sale generally with no pre-sale code. You can get all tickets through theovon.com/tour. Those are trusted links on there. If you go elsewhere, you may get an untrustworthy link, and that could lead to upselling prices. So theovon.com/tour. I also want to tell you we have some new Be Good to Yourself teas. New summertime colorways like banana, salmon, and more. You can check those out and more at theovonstore.com. Thank you. Today's guest was grateful enough to let us tape out of his studio down in Austin, Texas. He's a linchpin in the mixed martial arts community and a prized UFC commentator. He's the host of the largest podcast on planet Earth, the Joe Rogan Experience, and his new hour of stand-up comedy is the best comedy that I've seen him do. We're grateful to have him here today, Mr. Joe Rogan. Shine that light on me. I'll sit and tell you my story. Shine on me. And I will find a song I'll sing it.
Okay.
We're live.
And we're back.
Yeah.
We're doing your podcast, though.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for the hospitality. Thank you for the hospitality and for jumping on, man. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
For letting us do it here.
Been having some fun.
Yeah, we have, man. Last night was really cool.
It's a good time, right?
Yeah, the new place looks great.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Do you feel
exciting.
When you go in there? Do you feel like was it scary to start to think, okay, I'm going to build like an actual building for comedy? I mean, it's like a whole new business, kind of, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of overwhelming. It's a little overwhelming. It's kind of great. Yeah.
All right. All right.
It's exciting, but it's part of me is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because I was listening to you show it to me, and I was like, damn, Joe, it felt like you were like a contractor, like a landlord kind of. It was like, oh, this is it feels like a whole different uniform kind of.
It's a totally different thing. But luckily, I got people running it, so my participation in that aspect of it will hopefully be minimal.
Yeah.
But it is, it's definitely, but I felt compelled. I felt compelled to do it, because I always felt like I never wanted to own a comedy club, but I always felt like you just have to be nice to comedy club owners because you never want to be one of those fucking people.
Right.
But then when I knew I was moving here and Cap City was already closed, I was like, maybe I should buy a fucking club and start a club. And so that became my focus. It became this thing where I was thinking, I really should do that. I really should set it up so that I'm setting it up the right way. So I'm not setting it up to try to make money. I'm just setting it up to make an amazing environment for comedy and have a home for comedians where they just feel good.
Yeah.
Like they can go there and that's a great spot to hang out and you just feel good about the atmosphere. You'll be able to perform well. You'll be treated well. Like everyone will be, treated with respect and with fun and just a good attitude.
Has the city been receptive to it? Has there been any kickback like that? Has there been any barriers to creating a comedy club that you didn't expect just because you'd never done it before?
It's a process. I mean, it took a long time to get the permits and all that stuff, but it wasn't, it's just normal. It's normal for any business, and especially if you're going to get a liquor license and all that jazz and you're going to have live performance.
Yeah. Dude, I heard you and that guy. They were talking about y'all were talking about horse sex and the when I pulled up in the lobby, I was like, oh, okay, this is my kind of place today. Dude, I saw in New Orleans one time they had a lot of the cops in the French Quarter on horseback.
Yeah.
And two of the horses started fucking with the
Really?
with the cops on them. The cops on them, bro.
Were the cops getting mad?
One of them was.
Was the other one excited?
The one in the back, I think, was kind of fucking vibing with it a little because at least he was in the winning position, you know?
Right. You don't want to be the guy where the horse gets done fucking that horse and then he starts fucking you.
Yeah.
Or the horse collapses and you get trapped under it. I saw a horrible video the other day of these dudes were racing horses. They're running and a dog, a yappy dog, runs out onto the track and the horse trips over the dog and the guy dies.
What was it? What was the dog running out there to tell him something or something?
Yeah. No.
Or like to greet him?
Bark.
Oh,
just some shitty dog that thought it'd be a good idea to bark at a fucking horse, and the horse trips, and the horse is in full throttle, and the horse trips over this dog, and lands on this guy. The guy goes, the horse goes head first, and the guy goes with him. So the guy goes down, the horse comes on top of him and crushes him.
And the guy died?
You want to see it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll find it.
I'll see it, man. I didn't want to at first.
But now you're thinking about it.
But now I'm in. Dude, they had
a
a fundraiser one time when I was going to LSU. They had a fundraiser there for a guy who had gotten hurt playing football, right?
Yeah.
So they raised all this money. They wanted to get him a nice, fancy wheelchair, one that has like everything on it, like the centrifuge or whatever you can have on a wheelchair.
Right.
Speakers. And also get him a golden retriever, like an animal, because he had gotten paraplegia from playing football.
Right.
They get him those things, right? There's fundraisers at a couple of different LSU games. People are walking around the parking lot with buckets and stuff, raising funds. They get him that, and they give it to him. And then a few months later, the dog had the wheelchair or whatever. It had like life support on it for the guy as well. He had to have some kind of like oxygen system. The dog pulled the plug out from the thing, and the guy died.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So, but yeah, seeing those horses made me want to be a cop, dude, for a little while. This shit looked like a party, especially in New Orleans, where people are kind of dancing anyway in the street.
I can't find the video, but I can find you a video of a Komodo dragon swallowing a deer whole.
All right, that'll do. If that's what I gotta take, dude. That's your second option. Bro, did you see that we made the Fox News last night? I get home, right? I'm looking at some different news sites. That front page of Fox News was Joe Rogan reading the TikTok.
Oh, when we're reading the terms of service?
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, right?
But it was the front, it was the main thing. Yeah, it was like, and it almost was like, I was like.
Watch this. Watch this video. This is bananas. He already swallowed it. He'll do it again. Here it goes. Watch this.
Wow.
Look how quickly he ate that whole deer.
Oof.
He swallowed a goat. Sorry.
I've never.
Look at that. Seems like it's sped up a little.
I've never had goat.
It's good. It's an unusual tasting meat.
I had aardvark at a wedding one time.
Aardvark?
Yeah.
What kind of wedding was that?
It was, I think it was just like a white wedding or something. Like, they said it was aardvark. It could have been something else, though. Or
like
they could have misspelled
Billy Idol
it.
Type white wedding?
No, it was just like a regular, like, two whites getting married,
They ate aardvark?
They said they
did.
What
state was this?
This was in Louisiana when I was growing up. It was at a fancy
okay.
French place, and they said that they had aardvark over there. So we believed them. But yeah, I just thought it was crazy that it was like the night after we did the interview, same day, right? So the head article is Joe Rogan reads the TikTok agreement, right? It's like
terms of service.
It's almost like. Sometimes I'm like, is Joe the only person who's reading the terms of service of things in America, and the rest of us are just using shit like right out of the box, like not even paying attention to what's going on? That's what I felt like a little bit.
I think a lot of people are now with things like TikTok, because there's been a lot of articles written about it and a lot of people calling for it to be banned because it's basically Chinese spyware. That's
But if
really,
they get us, then what would they like? So say we talked about it a little bit the other day, but say they get like they infiltrate all the electronics, they get all the data and everything. But then how do they get us as people? Like how do they get us into the cages?
Well, I don't think it's as simple as get people in the cages. I think what they want is intellectual property. They want to steal data, and they want to, like, if they have access to your computer and say, what if you're working on some fucking weapon system, or what if you're working on some communication system, and they have access to your computer, they can steal that data from your computer because they have access to it because you're using TikTok.
So it's just about information.
Yeah. One of the more disturbing things was saying that they have access to computers that aren't even being used for TikTok.
Right.
Like other computers.
Yeah, I remember you saying
using,
that.
Which is just...
That's crazy.
It's so insane that would actually be something that someone would allow. They had an engineer, software engineer, back engineered TikTok and said it was the most... in terms of like invasion of privacy, it was the most egregious example that they had ever found.
So wouldn't there be some structure or template in American society or government or hierarchy that would protect us from that sort of thing? Why? That's what I don't understand sometimes. Why isn't there like something that protects us from that sort of thing, or is it just our own responsibilities?
I don't know what they can do now other than ban it. But I know they were talking about banning it for a while, but then there was some sort of a deal that was made where the data was going to go from the American version of TikTok was going to go to America. But it turns out that it's not. It's going straight to China, and then they get the version to America. See if that's correct.
See, that
sounds right like what I read. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I think.
And we're gonna keep using it. It's almost like because what if they told women there's a makeup that would steal your face, right? Like you put it on and it's gonna put your face in China, and then we still use it,
right?
I mean, that just shows me the level of addiction that we have to
social media.
Yeah. I mean, it's an addiction.
They have an office here. TikTok has an office in Austin.
For people that need help.
Yeah. You know how I found about that? Some lady was heckling at the Creek in the Cave, and she said, "I go, what do you do?" She's like, "I work for TikTok."
Damn. How old was she?
She's in her 20s.
Oh, that's all right. Dude, Tony ripped into that lady the other night, dude.
Oh, that lady was nuts.
Fell over a table. It's very sad.
There was some fucking drunks last night, man. Some rowdy-ass people. For a Tuesday?
Yeah, you crushed, man.
It was fun.
It was cool. I hadn't seen you perform in I hadn't seen a lot of people perform in a long time.
Yeah, it's here it goes. Leaked audio from 80 internal TikTok meetings show that U.S. user data has been repeatedly accessed from China. I feel like with these tools, there's some backdoor to access user data in almost all of them, said an internal auditor hired to help TikTok close off Chinese access to sensitive information like Americans' birthdays and phone numbers.
Damn.
And if you look at the terms of service, it's a lot more than that.
Yeah.
What they have the ability to access is a lot more than that. The terms of service is nuts. Just reading that any company that would try to sell you on social media. I mean, it's one thing to like say, "Oh, we're going to target ads in your direction." We're kind of used to that. Like, whatever. Like with Google and shit. Like, I don't mind if they send ads my way. But what they're doing is nuts. They have access to your audio. That means they have access to your fucking microphone. They're listening to you talk.
That's scary.
Yeah, like if you're having a conversation, like we're going to do this deal with China, and what we're going to sell them is this.
But how much bullshit do they have to listen to of just people fucking listening, like talking to an animal or fucking, like recording like a recipe for a buddy or something? How much bullshit are they having to fucking say? Like, it's almost sad if there's just like just a field, like a football field of Chinese people. Just listening to Americans like fucking clear their throat and shit. Yeah.
I think most that stuff they're not interested in. They're interested in targeting specific individuals. Like, let's say you're an executive at a big software company.
Okay.
And they know that your kids are using TikTok, and their kids are also using your computer. Well, they get access to your computer now.
Right.
This is what it seemed to me. I mean, obviously, I'm a Luddite when it comes to this shit. So I'm just explaining from what I'm reading in terms of like what this could be interpreted as. That they have access to your keystrokes.
Yeah.
Meaning like whatever you're typing, you're typing to your wife, like, "I'm tired of your bullshit." Like whatever you're typing, they have access to that.
But it's just crazy that all of them are going to be in their sleep. Those people that work there, and then in the middle of the night, they just have some love letter to some fucking, a couple gay dudes, or or some fucking, kid like sending his, like dirty pictures to his buddy or something. It's just like they're going to be fucking losing their minds if
I
they're
don't think they would access
all that.
I know what you're saying, but I don't think they would access that.
Yeah.
I think what they would do is use it specifically to target individuals that they think are working on valuable information,
I see, high-end
sensitive
stuff.
Yeah. Or if someone was like doing something that was the Chinese party deemed bad for China, maybe some Chinese person over here was like selling Chinese information to America. They could find out all kinds of stuff.